you know what? I've been poaching the whole season, but now I want him gone. I want him gone tomorrow morning. I'm absolutely furious. What I watched for 120 minutes was an absolute disgrace. He has got no plan A, let alone a plan B. I've been backing him the whole season. We played Liverpool's under 14s pretty much, and we can't even break them down. I'm thinking Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, 200 million in midfield. They couldn't do a thing. What did Endo cost Liverpool? Next to nothing.
60, I think.
He's absolutely dominated the midfield against those two for 120 minutes. We were absolutely disgraceful, and we're going to win nothing under Poch. I've been backing him the whole time. But yeah, he's got to go tomorrow morning, and we've got to get a pre-contract for Thomas Tuchel. Get him back.
What do you reckon, Pods?
Well, no, I don't agree with the Thomas Tuchel shout coming back. But listen, they had 5 big chances, Chelsea, in that game. You just see, we're seeing the replay of a couple of them there. The chance of Cole Palmer out, the Kelleher's made an unbelievable save to keep that out. They've hit the post. I actually thought in the 90 minutes Chelsea were okay. I thought they give as good as they got, and it would have been. I wouldn't say it would have been a fortunate win if they'd have won it in the 90 minutes, but I think they'd have done enough to sort of justify that they could have won it. So I didn't think the performance was that bad, but when you analyse Chelsea, when you look at them individually, that's the bigger problem. When you go, is this team going to win the Premier League? Is it going to win the FA Cup? Is it going to get in the Champions League? And you have to say, wow, it's a million miles from that.
Do you know what? My brother-in-law is a massive Liverpool fan, and he messaged me earlier on in the day. He said, 100% you're winning this game. And do you know what? I didn't back us at all, because the difference between Chelsea winning today and not winning today was the manager. Jurgen Klopp proved today he's head and shoulders above Pochettino and the rest of the managers. That is what won Liverpool the game today, was the fact that that Klopp is in charge of Liverpool. Not man for man, we were probably better, more experienced, but Jurgen Klopp was different today for Liverpool, 100%.
Well, he was definitely made a difference to this result, because being bold enough to put on Conor Bradley, 20, Bobby Clark, 19, son of Lee Clark, James McDonald, 19, Jayden Dans, son of Neil Dans, 18, Jarrell Quansah, 21, and the centre-back was on loan at Bristol Rovers. To put them on in a cup final was bold. Let me tell you, bold.
Thank you to Sam, the Chelsea fan. He mentioned Endo. As I said, I was right. 16, just double check the Google, £16 million Endo cost.
Endo, yeah. He played well today. Yeah. I didn't think he was outstanding, but he played well.
Well, it's what he was saying.
£16 million worth.
Yeah, Sam was saying that he absolutely bossed the midfield there. Liverpool kids, our average age today was 23.9. Poch out, no idea, and turning us into Spurs.
Well, I mean, as I say, I go by that statement I said earlier. The big competitions, the big trophies, the ones that Chelsea normally are right in the frame for, they're miles away from there.
But just to give Pochettino a little bit of an out and stop
Well, he has got an out because he didn't bring these players in.
No, and also just stop trying to go, you're turning us into Spurs. Yeah, Chelsea fans.
No.
1 second. Your 6th domestic cup final loss in a row. There's 5 other ones before that was nothing to do with Poch. So don't be turn and say we're turning you into Spurs and all that. Yeah, 6 domestic cup finals in a row, Poch.
Well, look, don't go down the Spurs line and this and that, right? The bottom line is that them players, unfortunately, don't look like they've. And we give them a little bit of time. It's not like it's the 3rd, 4th game of the season, is it? We're now into a cup final. Like, come on, where is the quality in this team, particularly at the top of the pitch? And you're still scratching your head.
Let's go over to a Liverpool fan. Adam joins us on the final word. Good evening, Adam.
Yes, Badger and Pod, what's happening?
Let's straight bring the mood up, Adam. Loving it. It's Klopp's 8th trophy as your manager. Is it a bittersweet day for you? Because, of course, it just reminds you that at the end of the season, he's gone.
Listen, mate, he's flying. He's flying. He's an absolute champion. We know he's going to end of season, but listen, mate, he's got pure mineral, he has. He can't do no wrong this season, honestly. Like, who puts on kids in a final and he goes, you know what, lads? There you go. Go and have a kickabout.
To be fair, he definitely give him a nice... Whatever he sent them out with, they definitely played it with a positive carefree attitude, didn't they? And most kids sometimes when you stick them on, they freeze. But they was all coming on and adding to the team. Brilliant.
Yeah, if I've noticed with Klopp, whenever any of them go on or come off, it's not just like, oh, tap on back and that. He proper gets into the red and he's like, you know what? You can't do any wrong. Do you know what I mean? You're meant to be on this stage, whether you've played here or not. And we've just put kids on against experienced international players. Chelsea couldn't finish a sandwich, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Oh dear. Yeah, well, what I would say is that that bronze statue of Klopp will have the biggest smile ever outside that stadium one day, because it looks like that's what he's going to get, what he's delivered up there. Brilliant.
He deserves it. He deserves it. But honestly, all these, I agree with you, Pardew. Listen, Chelsea were all right. I was sat in the booth with my brother-in-law watching it, and I was like, when it got into extra time, I was thinking about when Mudrik's got blistering pace. When Traore came on for Fulham, and he just turned it, and I was like, Mudrik's going to do the same here, because we were on our last legs in the extra time.
All Chelsea fans keep waiting for that moment, by the way, but it never seems to arrive. You know, I mean, it was, and you know what? All the pundits, and myself included, when I was sitting in the room, so I'm not going to take myself out of the situation. I said Chelsea are red hot favourites now. Because once you get to 70 minutes, and you actually said to me, Maj, do you think Poch has set the team up to get the 75 minutes, knowing that he's got more experience coming off the bench? Yeah. And actually, it worked in complete reverse, bizarrely.
And you know, fortune favours the brave, as they say.
Absolutely.
And putting on the kids really did the job for Liverpool. Let's head over to Ben, who's a Chelsea fan. Let's get his opinion on Pochettino. Good evening, Ben.
Yeah, how you doing, lad? You good?
Yeah, good, not bad. Obviously, you're probably feeling deflated this evening. However, with what's going on at Chelsea at the moment, did you see this loss coming this evening?
No, it's disgraceful, lads. It's absolutely disgraceful. We're playing the under-21s. How you think he's not turning us into Spurs it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to watch. He is turning us into Spurs. He has to go. He's got to go tonight, to be fair. I hope Bowley's watching this, mate. He's got to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. I'm sure I read somewhere in the Times or something today that they was due to be at the game today. So, to sort of, because I think they was expecting to win. Obviously,
it's simple. Go and get Thomas Frank. It's very simple. Pochettino.
There's a name.
Go and get Thomas Frank. Bring us Ivan Toney, and give us back our old Chelsea lads. It's heartbreaking to watch. Heartbreaking.
But other than keeping Brentford in the Premier League, and he's done a great job.
I like him. I'm a fan of. Listen, I think Poch has got a tough hand here. So let's forget about Poch for a minute. But Thomas Frank done a great job at Brentford. Super job, and I like
Brentford.
him.
It's not Chelsea.
Yeah, I know, of course.
It's a different ask.
But, listen, the perception of managers we'll come on to later on. Yeah. Got a little bit about that.
You got the LMA hat on?
The LMA hat on. But there's, the perception of managers is always incorrectly taken for football clubs just because of the form of the last 3 or 4 games. And everything gets out of perspective.
Okay.
But we'll come on to that. But let's be honest. Let's go back to today. It's been a really, really tough day for Poch at the office. He's put on senior players who haven't delivered for him. And the question mark, and I'm a manager, will come back to him as it would have come back to me.
Absolutely. Let's get another Chelsea fan on. Ben's with us. Good evening, Ben. Oh, sorry. Ben's still with us. Ben, did you agree with Pards then? Because you mentioned Thomas Frank. You think he's the guy to bring forward in terms of a bit of a progression with Chelsea in terms of the process and having at least a few years to build a team, because Chelsea haven't done that yet, have they?
I'll be honest with you, lads. I don't really care about process. I don't really care about things like that. I just need someone to come in. We've got a £1 billion team here, lads. Someone needs to come in, tell these players how to play, and get us something.
No. Let me correct you on one thing, right? You ain't got a $1 billion team. You've paid $1 billion for about a £50 million team at the moment.
These players are class. There's no doubt in these players. They're class players. And he just can't get them playing. Mate, please don't tell me he's not Spursy. He's Spursy. He hasn't got a clue. Doesn't know what he's doing in that. He doesn't know what he's doing. I'm telling you.
Thank you, Ben. Ben, the Chelsea fan there. This is what you consider the Spurs fan. I get annoyed now.
Yeah, there's no need for that. There's no Spursy. I'm not having that at all. So forget about you for a minute. I'm not having that.
But the thing is, right, Pochettino.
But he's made an interesting point. This is $1 billion team. He actually believes it is. This is the problem. Because they paid that money doesn't mean they're that good.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.